It's time to sit down, grab a seat, don't be late. Click that stream, it's gonna be great. We're diving in deep with the liquid flow. He's breaking it down on the ultimate show. The chat is lit, the takes are hot. The dabble drama, we're getting a lot. It's time to sit down and watch Dabbling in the verse with the great liquid, yeah, forget the rest. This is first. He's gonna talk about what's going on tonight in the Dabble verse. Get your popcorn right, talking stuttering John, yeah, here we go. Carl in Rochester bringing that flow. The Shuley Network, you already know. So grab a beer and let's watch the show. He's got the clips, got the takes, got the vibe. Dabbling detectives on a wild ride. You want the lore, you want the beef. Liquid's got the sauce and zero grief. From parody wars to podcast crimes, we're breaking it down one stream at a time. So sit down and tune in, Dabbling in the verse. Forget your worries, forget your curse. We're talking legends and loud cows too. A little bit petty, a whole lot true. Yeah, stuttering John, what's he done now? Carl in the mix with that audio pal. And Shuley's crew's got the circus in tow. So grab a beer and let's watch the show. You chose here. Welcome to the verse. Let's get weird. One more time for Dabbling in the verse. It's Liquid's world and we're fully immersed. From trolls to tales to classic feuds, this show's got all the dabbling moods. He's talking John, Carl, and Shuley's crew. So crack that beer, maybe crack one too. It's prime time and you already know. Let's watch the show. Let's go!
Hello, welcome to Dabbling in the Verse, or as the beginning of this is going to be Dabbling in Mic Audio on Linux. I've been meaning to do this for actually some time now. You can even hear me. I don't know. I need to do some stuff. So let's go through setting this up. So first off, what we need to do is go here. And we need to create an audio sync so that I can listen to my output audio without it coming through the desktop. So, all right, we now have an audio sync. So now we'll set the desktop audio properties to, yep, audio 1, audio sync. Okay, so I do not have my browser set to that, so now I should be able to hear myself back without it coming through on the desktop. And that is happening. Okay, so my audio... Let's see, where do I have my... Because I have a problem where I downloaded one of my videos, but I had to be so low that I had to normalize the audio. And in normalizing the audio, you got to hear all the... But it brought up all the... It brought up all the volumes on like the breathing and different stuff and all this noise going on around me. So I was like, yeah, you just need to fix this audio, and I've been meaning to do it, but I've been busy with the project, with the auto music removal project, which I think might not be possible right now, so I don't know yet. So, oh yeah, let's go ahead and get my chat set up. I normally get this set up. I normally get this set up when I got the lobby going, but I'd have to switch scenes to do it. All right, now I can yep, see, now I can do that. All right. So back to this. Let's see. Now, if I bring up the volume on my microphone, here's the problem that I'm having. I have to have my microphone set really low. If I bring it up, it should start distorting. Oh yeah, headphone warnings for everybody. So I'm falling behind here. Oh. All right, test. Yeah, see, me get rid of all that noise. Yeah, see, now it's way over modulated. So if we go to, make sure there's nothing going to be. All right, no personal information, just, what I got here. So we go to here. So this should mean that this will probably be way over modulated. Testing. I'm just waiting to hear it on the stream. Yeah. I think it was. Yeah. No. There. Saw something that. Oh, here we go. What do we got here? Test. No, it's not doing anything. Test. Yeah, it did nothing.
It's also like PC. Maybe check the PCM. I saw something at some point. Or maybe the capture. Test, test, test. That doesn't seem to be doing anything. See, I already have my microphone set at 58%. They should not be spiking like this. Over here, I put that down. Hold on. Is that affecting that? Make sure here. Yeah, that's just the volume slider. So maybe do this one. Test, 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 testing. All right, let's see, it shouldn't be catching my breath like this because it's just so over-modulated. It's just yes, use the left right there. It's just like micro capture. Alright, we'd use the down arrow to lower the gain. Alright, how about now? Let's test testing. Wow. Yeah. See, this is what I gotta go through. It's like the only way I've been able to fix it is just like to lower my microphone volume all the way down, but that's kind of unacceptable. I think I have to use like the middle. Put the gain all the way down. Is that all right? Oh, which way is the gain go up with there? Test, testing, testing. Okay. Even the mic is already gone. Let's turn the game down in OBS. Testing. Gain is at 2 decibels. Testing. We're going to catch up on the live stream. Oh, no, so we don't fix it up. Let's turn the game down to -19. Still distorted, it's just distorted at a lower volume. That's the problem. I'm trying to fix it. That's part of the select. You listen to it immediately. These are the stuff like I just like my microphone is only up to 65% volume. Yes, this right here is where my mic volume is up. I don't think this will do anything. Oh, no, I'm listening to it. I have the so I can listen to it, but it's not coming back through. I isolated the audio, so it's not coming back through over the desktop. If you give me any feedback, that would be great, especially if you know how to fucking fix this. But if I turn my microphone way down, let's see here. I know there's some advanced options here. Configure volume controls. Yeah, raise maximum volume, but I don't have that. I don't have raised maximum volume on. See, that sounds good, but my microphone is down at 30%. Nope, it's still distorted a little bit. Let's see here. Hold on, let's see. Oh. Oh, come on. Oh. Let's do this. Use this audio. Let's try this audio. There we go. Alright, input devices. Mute. Let's see here.
It says this is the base volume for it. This is too low. That's at like 27%.
I'm turning up that, sorry. 100. Okay, analog stereo input. Oh, no, okay, no, actually, I'm going back again. All right. Let's see some things on the last volume. Oh. I think I may have found the setting. See what we got. Testing. Testing. Oh, wait. Sounds like it might be good. Well, that. Hey. Let's see here. Testing. No, it's still distorted. It's just distorted at lower volume. Let's see here. Is this just? Where are we going? That's just the volume slider. Oh. No, still distorted. Alright, so I'm gonna use some Google Flu. Let's see, we got a video here. That's Windows. Windows. Yeah, I said Linux. Why is it looking for? It's giving me a bunch of Windows stuff. Oh, there we go. Why do I have this pulled in? I'm going to unplug this. Test. Yeah, I have another. Oh shit! Sorry. Yeah, that was bad audio. I have another block. I love it. I'm looking for. Test. It's still distorted, but now it's probably rather boosty. Well, it's the same. Let me try this. Test. It's sounding pretty much the same. Here. Wait a second. Wait a second. What have we here? Testing. Testing? I'm not hearing anything. Oh, shit. More testing, more test. I turned off my headset. I think it didn't pick it back up. I'm not getting any audio. I'm not getting any audio on my headset. What? Here.
Culturalist, funny bullshit, gold digger book.
Bullshit.
Having to grace our country, but she is adamant that she will be there. Highly unlikely, though, says her.
There you go. God. Alright. Well, hold on, okay. Well, give me a moment. Oh no, this is the same one as before. We're still going to be over modulated. It's going to be lower volume. See here, why is it not picking up my... I'm doing the headset mic. Let's see here. Because if that mic works, might as well just use that one. It's not picking it up. Oops, hit play. This is just, yeah. The reason why I'm doing this live is I'm actually doing this record. Stop everything, play it back, record, stop everything, play it back, record, stop. Oh, God. There we go. Voice testing. Link.
Testing. How about this one? Hey, I think it's just this microphone. I don't think OBS likes this microphone. Or OBS likes this, or not OBS. Linux likes my headset microphone, not so much the Yeti. Although it does sound kind of shit. We got a lav mic here. I'm gonna try.
Test.
Oh wait, no, that's just my that's my laptop microphone. I think. Let's see here. Is it? It's testing. Is this the lab mic? Hello? Test? Maybe that is the lab mic. Yeah, okay, that's the lab mic. Okay. Yeah, you hear me fiddling with it. The zip tie. Bit overmodulated the. Let me just stick that right there. Make it look like I'm actually using my Yeti. A little overmodulated, but I think if we do this, that should help. Testing. A little bit. Yeah, that's at 100, so that'll probably. Put it up to there. Okay, how about now? Test. Is it even picking? Okay, yeah. Still a little bit, but not bad. I think I'm getting somewhere now. All right, let's turn that gain. Oh, let's turn the OBS gain way down. Actually, let's turn this down a little bit there. We'll turn that up a little bit here. Testing.
Testing, test. 3. Zero. Down to like 70%. Back up. Put that up. That up. Wait, I was using the wrong volume. Okay, and then we'll turn that down. I was turning down the wrong volume on the microphone. Testing. Holy shit. I think we got it, boys. Oh. Gonna gain up too much. No. Turn the gain down a little bit there. Testing. Oh, I think we got it. I think we're in the zone. Still a little bit. Actually, let's turn it down to 70 and we'll turn that up to 3. Turn the main volume down to 70, turn the gain up to 4 decibels in OBS. Testing. I think we might got it. Hello. Testing. Welcome to Dabbling in the Verse, the only show that fiddles around with audio for an hour. Oh man, I just blew it out just by talking loudly into it. All right. We'll turn the gain down a little bit there. Okay. Sucks. This sucks. All right, I got rid of. Oh shit. Okay. I got rid of some stuff that I had filters going on. Audio filters. I think that might have been messing with some stuff.
Okay, okay. Okay. That was the issue, my audio filters. Do you know what? I kind of, you know what? I'm gonna try the Blue Yeti again. Okay, I'm gonna turn the volume all the way down in OBS. Before I switch over, I'm gonna turn the volume all the way down in OBS so I don't kill anybody. Testing. How does this sound? Testing. Okay, that is distorted. I bet if I do pull this down to like 50%, and then turn, okay, yeah. So now it's just tickling the yellow. Okay, here we go. Yeah, turn down a little bit more. Testing. I think we got, okay, I think we got the Yeti working. I think we got the Blue Yeti working. Here's my damn filter stack. Testing. Okay, I'm just, I'm reducing the input volume and increasing the output volume for OBS. That sounds great. That sounds good. I think we got it. I got the Yeti working. I think we got it. I think we did it, boys. I could bring it down just a little bit more because I think I'm still tapping it out when I get loud. All right. Should I start a new stream? Because that took a while. Yeah, I'll just cut it out later. Welcome. Should I do a show? I think I'll do a show now. Just let me The Dabbling in the Verse. Yeah, welcome to Dabbling in the Verse with actual good audio. All right, where am I? Yeah. All right, we can turn that off. Then we can go here. And oops. God damn it. Stop this. Not one thing, it's fucking every goddamn other thing else. There we go. Oh, where? Alrighty, so let's get into this little piggy drama that's come up. Apparently, a lot of people are not happy that that Carl and Moody told the truth. They did an interview with so they did an interview with a guy that Aaron knew in the jail called Mikey or Mike or whatever. And as it turns out, a lot of stuff that Aaron said was true, believe it or not. I was flabbergasted. I was like, no, he wasn't like the arbiter of fun. He was. He brought the fun. Amazingly enough, I was actually pretty shocked about that. And he was like nice to Mikey, I guess. Like that was like the only takeaway that I got from it. He was nice to Mikey. He arranged some games. They gave him he was actually really good at basketball. I mean, he's beating the guys at basketball. They did call him Larry Bird. I mean, that happened. But the one thing that I took away from it, eventually, like towards the middle or the end or whatever, when they said, was Aaron really around in the wreck or anything like that? Mikey said, no, not really. He stayed in his cell most of the time, which is what I said. He probably did because that's what I would have done. So basically, Aaron sat in his cell for a majority of the time, listening to or watching movies. That's hold on, we can get rid of that. Watching movies. That's what he did. He watched movies. So I was right. That's anyway. So Carl's been getting like a lot of shit for this, basically for hyping it up and then having it be like a nothing, and also actually handing Aaron the win. Everybody is upset that Aaron got a win. And I don't get it. It's like, so what? I mean, point double point, they told the truth. They didn't bury it. I mean, should they have, contacted the guy in real life? No, we should probably stay out of Aaron's real life. But they did it. Well, Moody did it. And they got the interview. A lot of what Aaron said was true. People are upset at Carl for some reason. I'm not. I'm happy that they told the truth and that they didn't just bury it. But ultimately, I think there's too many people that just want Aaron to always be the bad guy. And while he is a huge douchebag, and he was able to claim an L from a W, we can watch that. I was just watching it. I was like, Jesus Christ, Aaron! All you had to do was say, "Yeah, I tell the truth." But no, he's kind of like double, triple, quadruple down on this bullshit, and we'll get to that. Yeah, I'm not super prepared, so just kind of say this isn't really a show. This is a goof around, and this is going to be a lot of figuring out audio as well. Where was it? Like so much has happened in just the last couple of days, especially with this Felicia. There we go. Especially with this Felicia and Scarlet stuff going on. And I'll get into that. Who would have thought that Felicia and Scarlet are fucking psychopaths or broken people? Like you don't say. All right. There we go. Oh wait, I'm not monitoring. It should be monitoring. It is monitoring. What now? Should be hearing it.
Beautiful idea.
There we go.
They've
Had
got
to
this
reset it.
idea in their head that Aaron can't possibly be telling the truth about stuff, even though I do. I just tell you what's going on in my life. Basically, the translation there is, and I've told you this before, but I'm not going to be a dick about it. If what's going on in my life doesn't match what they need, then it's got to be a lie. It can't be true. Now, I've also said,
It's not what we need. It's reality. Like we know reality, and Aaron does not live in reality.
every time these guys go outside their universe, they're woefully disappointed and people think they're just weird. They went outside their universe and a guy completely unwittingly broke up their entire narrative. I mean, one guy, they called him and they're like, this is our big get. This is our big thing. If you don't know, they called my buddy Mikey. Mikey Two Matches, not Mikey Two Milks. I'm glad they didn't call Mikey Two Milks. I love Mikey, but he'd make shit up about me just for fun. But Mikey Two Matches from jail, my buddy from jail, love Mikey. Moody decided that, and by the way, I got a lot of screenshots and a lot of DMs from people who are teetering on the edge. I'm not going to give away their names. I'm not going to be a dick like that. But a lot of people who are teetering on the edge, and they're saying publicly and privately to me, starting to think this Moody guy might just be a really mentally ill autistic. And I
Yeah. I think it's pretty well known that Moody is quite autistic.
gonna be a dick
Especially
like
with
that.
his charts and
But a
graphs
lot
and
of people
stuff.
who
Let me
are
check the
teetering on the
audio real
edge,
quick so you might
and
hear
they're
some
saying
echoing.
publicly and privately to me, starting to think this Moody guy might just be a really mentally ill autistic. And I
Yeah. I think it's pretty well known that Moody is quite autistic.
gonna be a dick
Especially
like
with
that.
his charts and
But a
graphs
lot
and
of
stuff.
people
Let me
are
check the
teetering on the
audio real
edge.
quick so you might hear. All right, everything sounds pretty good now. All right. All right. We got it going on. We got the audio. Let's do a show.
I have to fight
Oh, update on. I do have a couple of housekeeping updates. Oh, we'll do this first.
the urge to go, I fucking told you that. I have to fight that urge because, again, when people start questioning their
Even though he just
religion,
did it. He just did it.
hang back, don't push them. So I'm not pushing anybody. Explore your feelings, feel your feelings. This is not your religion. I am not your God. I am not your new guy. I'm a schlocky, boring radio morning podcast host stuck in the wrong place.
What's funny is this guy thinks that just because he got caught telling the truth once, and I will say that I will go on the record and say he got caught telling the truth once, that everybody's gonna be like, oh, everything Aaron said was true. Aaron's always been right. Aaron's no. He accidentally told the truth once. Then we found out about it and corroborated it. And and no, Aaron, we're not. Nobody's going to jump on the Aaron train anymore because of this. Nobody's jumping off the TLP or this little piggy train or the Carl train or whatever. Carl got shit, but as I said, this is his victory lap where he snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
But it's good that you're questioning, and the questions I see a lot of you asking are the right questions. You're on the right track. Don't let me dissuade you. But this Moody, I'll tell you this. A lot of you are blaming Carl. A lot of people are calling it Carl Capone's vault. I watched the interview. Carl was uncomfortable playing that thing from Jump Street. I guarantee there were moments where Carl was asking everyone involved, Patrick involved, Moody involved. Tukey, I think they're more for just commentary. And I have an offer for Tukey towards the later in today's show. But, you know, people are saying, Carl fucked this up. Carl's a piece of shit. Carl's this, Carl's that. Guys, Carl is a born follower. Carl is not a leader who's going to take things on himself and push. Moody is psychotic. Moody is the kind of kid who puts the fight.
Yeah, I don't think Aaron understands that we're just busting Carl's balls. Like, I know there are a few people who are like really actually genuinely upset that Aaron was telling the truth. God, I got cables strung everywhere now. Probably should have just stopped and cleaned this shit up. But anyway, we're just busting Carl's balls a little bit here. It's what we do. I don't think Aaron understands that concept that nobody's jumping ship from Carl. You know, you got caught telling the truth once. Doesn't make up for everything
Firecrackers
else.
up Bullfrog's ass and feels nothing when it goes off. Moody will stumble into leadership roles as long as dummies will follow him. So he had this idea to interview this Mikey because, again, they operated on their religion that Aaron must not be telling the truth because we feel this all makes Aaron look good. Now, my response would be, none of this makes Aaron look good. Aaron was in fucking jail. Jail is a bad place to be. Like I said numerous times when I came back, I would have rather been on my couch bored than in jail having a good time. I would have rather been out in damp weather, raking leaves in freezing cold weather than having a good time on the basketball court in jail. But this was not a Carl production.
I think we all
I could tell during that interview when they played it, Carl didn't want to be playing it. And I'll tell you how you can notice this if you speak Carl. Carl has an insecure.
This is a guy who constantly says that he doesn't watch anything does. He doesn't watch Carl. He doesn't know what Carl's up to. He doesn't know what's going on with this little piggy. He doesn't watch anything. But he's got Carl's number.
Or tell. It's the high-pitched voice. It's the fast speech pattern. And it's the tone in which he sounds like he's trying to convince you of something he doesn't even believe. He's a terribly paper-thin, see-through personality. So Carl, during that whole interview, was pausing constantly. He was interrupting Mikey constantly as they were replaying it because he knew if you would have played that interview all the way through, it probably would have ended their show. Now, some people are saying it's going to end their show anyway. I'm going to tell you this right now.
No, it's not.
It's not going to end their show. They all need the money, and they have nobody to replace me.
And you're still a lying douchebag.
There is nobody with the size audience I have. There is nobody as
I mean, me. Nobody with the size audience he has. I think Tommy Jordan has about the same size audience.
engaging. There is nobody as interesting. They've tried to make it Keanu. I think eventually they're going to turn on either Nick or Mersh, and they're going to make them kind of the target of that world. Because, you know, while a lot of people say, oh, this is the end, it's over, it's over. I mean, it's only over if you guys, their audience, decide it's over. That's completely up to you. I have no control over that. Again, if you're questioning your religion, that's great. I don't care what you do. But
the religion of the toe, the
Carl
anti-toe.
interrupting as many times as he did, he had a feeling that if he let that...
Anybody in the cult of the anti-toe? Call it the steel toe. The cult of the open toe.
play, it would have burned everything to the ground. So he had to stop, and this is a common Carl thing. Does it with John all the time, too. Wait until you guys find out that John...
You know, uniform are the cult uniforms are sandals and oh god, Tracksuits. Fucking just left me there. Sandals and tracksuits. That's the cult of the open toe.
Isn't the supervillain that
We don't like the steel toes.
you guys have painted him to be the last 4 years. He's just kind of a dopey guy. But that's for a different, let's not question too much in one day. Carl has a habit of pausing things a lot when he feels like either the public opinion is going against him or the narrative isn't being set the way he needs it to. You saw it with the
Or he's doing a show because that's the way he does his show.
Rich Voss thing that Keanu exposed at the
Oh, I love
not
this.
Simpcast, the content suite or whatever. When Carl has no ability to ad-lib, he has no plan B.
Literally, he was in the middle of starting Plan B when Chrissy told Voss to go join him. Like, that was the Plan B.
You know, they say this in fighting. You know, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. You got to have a plan B. Carl gets punched in the face. He panics and tries to convince people that you didn't see me get punched. That didn't happen. So Carl he interrupted this Mikey interview every 30 seconds to reset the narrative for everyone, to convince them that what they were hearing, they weren't really hearing, because all of their fans were writing in and saying, this is garbage. It turns out Toe told the truth. You guys were lying about the Toe. I think this is the end of your show. I mean, even Tukey, who was having
I think most people are just kind of flabbergasted and kind of in shock that the toe was telling the truth. Everybody's like, wait, these fantastical tales of jail that he talked about are true? What? Yeah, after my show that I did on his return from jail, when he was talking about how great it was, how magical, and all these fantastical tales, and I was saying, that's not true, that's not true. My dad talked to me after the show, and he's like, because my dad has actually, been to county jail and has had, I think my uncle went to prison once. So he's been involved in this stuff, and he said, no, the black guys would have just kicked his ass for looking the way he is. and he was like, even my dad has been to county jail, but I mean, this was a long time ago before there were tablets or anything, where basically all you had to do was sit in your cell and read a book. He was like, he didn't believe any of it. He was just like, nah, that's not jail. And then after this came out, or after the interview on this little piggy on Friday, I talked to him and I said, remember that guy that went to jail that I was talking about? He's like, oh yeah. It's like, turns out all his stories were true. He just looked at me like, what? I said, yeah, they interviewed one of the guys he was in jail with, and he corroborated a lot of it, even unprompted. He's just like, what? Even I'm just like, going, like, what kind of jail is this?
Tukey was starting to question his religion. Rocco's definitely shaken by all this. Rocco, even at the sentencing hearing, went, I don't get what your guys' problem with Aaron is. He's got normal hair. He seems like a normal guy, and Quick Trip rules, and it does. I will agree with Rocco on that. But with this, I
don't get he just tries to pull a win out of everything, right? It's like, no, Rocco is like, no, is that hair? Rocco just said his hair looks fine from the back, and Quick Trip is actually pretty good. But this is, of course, Rocco, who's a gas station food aficionado. Not that saying I'm not. I mean, I like a good 7-Eleven hot dog as much as the next person.
Tukey Puppet kept saying, guys, this is really bad for you. Like, guys, Aaron just sounds like he was a really sweet guy. Like, he was a nice guy in there. Like, this, Mikey really hey, Mikey, he likes it. So Carl had to keep pausing.
And also, see, when I'm looking this way, I'm actually looking at a screen. I'm looking at the screen that you're looking at, right? This is the screen that I have behind me here. That's what I'm looking at. What the fuck is he looking at over in the corner? He's got like corner demons going on or something? Like, who is he looking at? There's nobody else in the studio, and his monitors are right in front of him.
And reframing the narrative.
See, like there,
and
he's looking at the monitor.
It was wild to watch. And I will say this, I was thinking the entire time. And remember, I'm the guy who looks golden.
Where's he looking there?
But even I was watching it going,
He's just looking off
Why
into the
didn't you
corner.
delete this and never let it see the light of day? And they're like, well, we're honest and we had to play it even though, no. You thought people would think this was good.
Okay, now he's
You
looking at the
saw the
camera.
commentary and then you panicked and went,
There's
oh,
nothing over there.
no, it's not because we're autistic and insane. We're just being really honest and transparent. Guys, you think anybody with an IQ over room temperature is buying that? Come on.
Yeah, that's what it was. They were being honest.
They go and they do this whole
They
interview.
found stuff that they
It's
didn't.
an absolute
They
disaster.
found stuff that they didn't. They didn't want to find. They was telling the truth, and they came back and said, "Hey guys, Toe's telling the truth." That's why I watched those guys. They're not going to sit there and lie. Now Milton would have just let it go. He would have got that interview and just said, "Yeah, this is never seeing the light of day, and nobody's ever, and I'm not just discussing it. This will never be talked about ever again." Which honestly, I think is the wrong way to go about it. But whatever. I'd honestly prefer that they be honest and have some integrity, which is what happened. And honestly, if you're a person who's genuinely upset that Aaron was telling the truth and that this was played and made Aaron look good, watch this, and you'll see that. Watch this, and you'll see that no, Aaron's still a douchebag. Just got caught telling the truth.
Faster. And like I said, it should have been deleted. It should have never saw the light of day. They should have never broadcast it.
Why?
But they did because they had nothing else that day. This was it. They put all their chips to the middle of the table. Now, I said a long time ago, I said the war's over and I won. And
Well,
people went,
no.
oh, come on, Aaron, come on. And now, a couple months later, boom. The Soviets enter Berlin and blow the swastika off the Reichstag building. That's right. In this analogy, I'm not the Nazis. So they play this interview. It goes poorly. Everyone talks about what a disaster it is. I start getting DMs from a lot of their fans, and a lot of their fans are on
No, you
message
did
boards
not.
in full revolt. This is where it gets tricky for me.
See, then this is where everybody's going, oh no, Aaron's still an absolute douchebag. No, that happened. I know. I've said this before. I've said it before. None of this has happened, and then it happened, and then we got an interview, and it happened. All right, I know. I've said it, but this did not happen. The thing is, about Aaron, is that you're safer to say it didn't happen than that it did. All right, okay. One time, he was telling the truth. Like, this is like, he probably, I mean, he's all over Kiwi Farms, so his thread on Kiwi Farms are probably people saying, no, they never should have said it, because there's probably people over there that do legitimately never want to see someone like Aaron get an actual L or an actual win. Everybody I hate is always wrong, everybody I like is always right kind of people. That's no way to go through life, people. Don't be angry. Don't be mad at the lolcows. Don't touch the lolcows, Moody.
Me. I'm not going to recruit anyone. I'm really not even going to try to do the I told you so. I'm not intentionally trying to do any I told you so's. I'm going to accept this graciously. When your enemies are making mistakes, don't interrupt them. And I think this goes a long way to establish that.
So telling the truth about you is a mistake?
Hey, I may not like this Aaron guy,
Apparently telling the truth about Aaron is a mistake.
but he's trustworthy. The shit he says you can take to the bank, because
What?
not only did they expose that everything I said about my experience is true, which why wouldn't it be? They think it makes me look good. I think it
Because it made no fucking sense, and it still doesn't.
makes me look like I went to fucking jail. I just thought I had some funny stories from jail that I would share with my audience. They thought it made me look good, which says a lot about. Anyway, I think that this not only makes them look terrible and untrustworthy, and people are starting to see
So actually telling the truth about something they didn't want to tell the truth about, but it was the truth, so they had to talk about it, makes them look untrustworthy.
What I've been saying about this Moody, I said, this guy's not smart. This guy's not the guy you think he is. He's just a really vengeful, mentally ill, parasocial autist.
The guy designing the entire super tip system, not very smart. Got it.
And he exposed that on his own. I don't have to tell you guys these.
Aaron can't set these up correctly. These chat highlights. It's really easy. He can't set those up correctly. But Moody is an idiot for making the entire super tip system.
And I don't have to tell you I was right when I end up being right. Even the people who hate my guts, I saw a lot of them seeing it. I saw a lot of them understanding that. So I'm going to respect that.
Didn't see nothing.
But there was one part, I'm going to go through a couple parts of the interview.
That's what I'm saying. I think he saw maybe one or two people and then extrapolating that out to a bunch of people
that I thought were wild. There was one, and I'm going to miss so many. I should have taken more notes. There was one part where Moody was like, Aaron said he was good at basketball. Is that true? Like, Moody asked all of his questions like a vengeful ex-girlfriend. And again, this is a guy I don't know. Never met the gal. I don't know the guy.
There's nothing over where he's looking, by the way.
Basketball. Was that true? And Mikey's like, oh, yeah, he was really good. He was really good at basketball. He was good at I will say, I know they weren't laughing. I know it wasn't the interview they wanted, but I want to pay them this compliment. I laughed my fucking ass off at this Mikey interview. There were several parts where I paused it and I went, that's my boy Mikey. That's my guy. So Mikey says, yeah, he was really good at basketball. And then they ask him, because remember, I must have made up the Larry Bird thing. Nobody called me Larry Bird, so on and so forth. They didn't ask him, did he get nicknamed Larry Bird? They asked Mikey, did he have any nicknames on the basketball court? Mikey goes, yeah, we called him Larry Bird.
I'm pretty sure that was unprompted. Like, he was really good. They asked him about the basketball stuff, and he said, yeah, he's pretty good. In fact, we called him Larry Bird. I believe that was unprompted.
I had to pause there, too. And just watching their faces all shrink. And, God bless Carl, because when Moody looked depressed, Patrick and Tukey were both like, guys, this is making us look fucking terrible. What are you guys doing? They were having a really hard, I don't know, like, one of them did a cope stream afterwards, but at least one of them.
No, they're just having fun.
They play that part, and they decide for some reason to keep going. They ask Mikey, like, oh, did he, he called him, Aaron called himself the facilitator of fun. And I don't know if I did, but if I did, great branding. Aaron.
He did several times the first couple of days. He kept calling whenever he'd go over the stories and say, like, nobody would do anything. I was the facilitator of fun. He did it several times.
Facilitator of fun. Was that true? And
that's
Mikey
not how
goes,
Moody said
oh,
anything.
yeah, I would say that's true. And then they were asking, like, if you played a lot of basketball since, we haven't played 2-on-2 since Aaron left. I'm like, oh, that made me feel bad. Bro, that legit made me feel like volunteering and seeing, like, can I go do indoor rec, like, once a week? Can I go back into the jail and get these guys set up on some 2-on-2, pickup games and shit? I feel bad. And then
you should go do that. Go help out. He's the facilitator of fun. What is the Department of Corrections going to do without the facilitator of fun? The inmates are going to be out there just tossing basketballs out of hoop for no particular reason.
Then they were like, there's no way anybody knows who Aaron is. Nobody. He told you all that he had a show. You guys found out he had a show because he told you. He said a bunch of people said he had a show in there. And Mikey goes, oh, yeah, no, we didn't know from him. One of the COs told us in the rec room. They pointed and said, that guy has a show. And, like, everybody was so blown away by this because they listened to those guys and the reality that they've created for themselves. This blew their mind that all of this stuff was true. And I'm sitting here going, guys, what reason do I have to make that up?
It did blow our minds. It blew my mind. I was like, what? No. It's like, it can't be real. And it was.
Don't listen to these apes that you're smarter than. Use your fucking head. Jail is not a good place to be.
No, but
So
you made it sound
Moody
like a
said
fucking
something
country
in the
club.
interview that I thought was so precious. I had to pause it because, again, it was a funny moment. Moody doesn't know he was being funny in this moment. I am a very friendly, funny, jovial guy in real life. I make friends pretty easy. If I go somewhere where I don't know people, I'm going to end up in a social circle by the end of the night. It's just it's a gift I have. I'm a friendly guy. Mikey says, oh, yeah, he was really friendly. He made friends really easy. All the black guys thought he was great. And even when he didn't want his cookies, he shared his cookies with me. And it's like this vomit. Even I wanted to puke. I'm like, this Aaron guy sounds like a fucking Boy Scout. I hate him. So Moody said something that I thought was so precious. And I thought it really kind of highlights what I've been saying about Moody's severe mental illness. Moody goes, well, here on the outside, we know Aaron. And I paused it. I'm like, that's your problem, buddy. No, you don't. Like all of this. Wait a minute. This was what led them into this massive failure. This is why I knew that this fuck Aaron movement they were on wasn't going to last. Because what you have to do when it comes to feuds, whether it's radio wars, podcast wars, whatever, you got to do what I do. You got to take your shots, get out and laugh. You can't linger. You can't sit there because it just,
stupid.
Every second that you spend obsessing on something, you risk exposing yourselves. And that's it can happen little by little or it can happen all at once. For them, it happened all at once. Moody exposed himself with things like, well, on the outside, we know Aaron. Moody, sweetheart, take your pills. You don't know me. I don't know you. I know what you've shown us, and I'll say this, you should probably get some help. But then again, I think he's alone, right? Is he I don't know because I don't know him.
I think we all know that the Steel Toe is a bit of a character. Like, so he's putting on an act. I think he said that in one of the texts that Ricada gave away at or talked about it. Hackamania 2? Is that where Ricada read the text? But anyway.
I think he's alone. So he
that was Hackamania where Ricada read the text where Aaron can't sleep at night because of the fucking missing the goal or getting the goal.
He can probably just either get help or stay away from people. One of the two. Look what you did to Carl. You ruined Carl's fucking career.
No, it did not.
Everybody's blaming Carl for this. It wasn't Carl's fault.
Joke. We're busting balls.
Carl's a clipper. That's all Carl is. Carl is so thorough Joe Burrow. He's doomed. He's just a clipper. The other guys are the show people. Carl's the facilitator of fun. He just grabs the clips. He can't ad-lib. He has no plan B. He's not a funny guy. If he's ever said anything worthy of merit, I would have remembered it. So Moody going, we know Aaron on the outside. Well,
he's got a corner demon.
I think this interview proved, with all due respect, you don't know shit.
He's looking over there at the corner demon.
And your audience is now starting to see it. And if those guys try to deflect onto Carl and make this all about him, look, the only sin Carl committed was showing bad judgment by playing this thing. The other thing Carl did was overcoping. Carl tried to overcope. Like, by the end of watching this interview, everyone was writing me, telling me what a win this was for the toe, and this is your greatest moment ever. I guess I'm not a big enough sadist, because by the time I got done watching this interview, I felt bad. Like, it was like, stop hitting them. They're dead already. Especially poor Carl, because poor Carl kept trying to spin it. And it was like watching a man being squeezed by a boa constrictor, because every time Carl tried to squirm out more, you saw the audience just squeezing on him and yelling cope. And these are his own people. They're yelling, Carl, you're coping. Why you fucked this up? Carl was handed chicken shit and they asked him to make chicken salad. It's not his fault. He was presented with a shitty idea from the camel jockey The idea was executed by untalented people outside of Rocco. I think that Tukey character does take talent. It was untalented people. 3 out of the 4 are incredibly devoid of any skills. And Carl had to make the most of it. And Carl's not a make the most of it kind of guy. Carl's, I autistically gathered a bunch of clips. I have a bunch of people on here who I hope are funny. They're going to try and make the show. Carl is the Opie of his universe. And that's not disrespect. That's just what he is. So you can't blame Carl for this. You got to blame Patrick and Moody for this because this was their brainchild. This was their idea. The other troubling thing about this, they have a girl in their universe who knows legal stuff. And she's absolutely right, by the way. What they did was illegal. It's against Minnesota law. You can't do that. Whatever. Do with that what you will. She warned them. She gave them specific statutes. And she said, you cannot call a prisoner in a jail and air your conversation in the media without the jail and the county's permission. It's against the law. And they didn't listen to her. Everyone made fun of her. No, we got to get the toe. We got to own the toe. There were people in their own community warning them, we don't have to do this. And they were.
I think I missed it. Did Kaylee actually tell him that? I don't remember the part where Lucy Tightbox told him, no, you can't do it. It's illegal. But this is where, Mr. Toe here is going to go squeal on Mikey.
Arrogant, and they were sloppy. They were lazy. I was lucky. I'll visit them soon, as they say. They fucked this up, not just one time, but it was a choose-your-own-adventure book where they took every wrong turn at every fork in the road. It was brutal. Now, my analysis of the interview would be that. My analysis of the people who ran the interview would be, holy cope. I mean, you could have just disowned it and said, we shouldn't have aired it. This was bad. This was terrible.
But that would have been disingenuous.
Terrible. We look like shit. Aaron's telling the truth. Aaron's probably a good guy. But you can't do that. It would cost you.
Whoa. That's a stretch. Aaron's probably a good guy. No. That's not what anybody took away from this.
Too much money. I get that. You need the money. I'm not going to shit on anybody's money. But you really couldn't have handled this worse. It was really, really, really bad. The one thing I am pissed off about, I will say this. Mikey's a really good fucking guy. And I like Mikey.
You could tell by the arson and multiple
you notice when we talked about Mikey on this show, we were having fun.
Attacks
we were
on people.
Being jokey. It was a good time. There was nothing. We even said, we're like, he didn't do what he did. Somebody must have pissed him off. But I mean this about Mikey. Mikey was one of those guys who was in there that made me see. It made me see that a lot of these guys are in the wrong place.
Remember, everybody in jail doesn't belong there, according to them.
Mikey doesn't belong in jail.
They didn't do nothing.
Mikey belongs in some type of mental health facility. Mikey's got all kinds of problems. I'm guessing Mikey had a really rough upbringing. Mikey deserves better than jail. And so for these guys to call him, lie to him, tell them that they were from some show that talks about local radio shows, which they don't. Unless I missed their Cat and JJ episode, I don't know. I must have missed that one. They lied to this poor kid. They publicized all of his thoughts, everything else. A guy who's considered not competent to stand trial right now. So a guy who's got mental health problems isn't competent to stand trial yet. They interviewed that guy under false pretenses and then released it to the world. Now, I don't know if that could have an impact on him in jail. I'm going to call Stearns County today. I'm going to let them know what happened because I don't want him getting in trouble. I want to explain to them that Mikey didn't do anything wrong. This is not anything Mikey did. Mikey was taken advantage of. I don't want to see Mikey get moved because people like him there. Mikey has friends there. Like, this is what kind of pissed me off. Like, as much as people want to say win for the toe, win for the toe. I'm sorry. I guess I'm more of a human being than a lot of you thought. This guy doesn't deserve that. And this guy has friends. And this is this guy's home. This is where this guy's living right now. He has a very serious case pending, and he can't make bail, and he can't get out. And this is what I'm talking about with the problem of our system. Just because this guy's poor, he can't go home. He can't go anywhere because he's poor. He hasn't been convicted of anything yet. He's not even considered competent to stand trial. This is where he has to live. He has no other choice. And you invaded that and you took it away. So I'm going to make sure Stearns County knows Mikey had no...
The fuck is this guy talking about? I'm sure Mikey was more than happy to have somebody to talk to from the outside or on the outside. I don't know what this guy is fucking. He's acting like they're going in and destroying Mikey's entire life. It's like, no, they ask him some questions on the telephone.
Fuck these internet guys and their feelings. I don't care. I like Mikey. I know Mikey personally. I got Mikey's back, and I'm not going to let him be a pawn in some kind of really shitty, autistic, mentally ill, love drama obsession somebody has with me so that he can get hurt. Because nobody gives it, you know, and that's the thing.
So since nobody's making a big deal out of it, Aaron's going to make a big deal out of it.
A lot of these guys in there, what Moody and Carl and Patrick did, and make no mistake, they were all in on it. What these guys did was what Mikey has had people do to him probably his entire fucking life.
Ask him questions
Take advantage of him, lie to him, use him so they can accomplish their own ends, and then discard him when it's all over.
I would point out that Moody did put a bunch of money on Mikey's commissary to help out because he didn't have much on the commissary. How much do you think Aaron has put on Mikey's commissary?
That's probably been Mikey's experience his whole fucking life. This is where it got him. And now these guys claiming to be some kind of arbiters of morality or we're going to get the toe, they fuck with this guy more. That part's not okay. I laughed at a lot of parts of the interview and I was like, yeah, Mikey, good job, buddy. Love it. Great work. The part that pissed me off was that they took a really good guy who's had a really shitty life, a life none of us can understand.
Full of armed assault and arson.
We cannot fathom the problems that Mikey has had to counter. Problems that if we had to encounter them in our own life, if Moody had to live the life Mikey did, Moody would have hanged himself by now. Carl too, all of them. These are not strong-willed people. So for them to take a guy like that, and because they can't get over me, because Aaron has to be bad, they overchased a false narrative. They're not going to get this poor bastard in trouble. I will see to that.
What, by trying to make a big deal out of it?
Because that's the real life part. That's not
Mikey's not in trouble.
Part. You know, I mean, now that you guys who all hate the toe have seen that I was telling the fucking truth about my experience in there, I'll use that part now so you can take this to the bank. As they say, I'll keep it a buck. That's a good fucking guy, and I'm not going to let anybody fuck his shit up. So, yes, I will be contacting everyone I need to contact to let them know you have an inmate. He didn't do anything wrong. He was taken advantage of by leeches, liars, and parasites. Just Mikey's all right. These guys did it, not Mikey.
What is he talking? What the fuck is he even talking? I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's upset about. What is he upset about? Mikey's in jail for a reason. Aaron went to jail for a reason. I don't know what he's talking about with this. He's going to make things right. They talked to him on the damn phone.
Because that's the last thing a guy like Mikey needs. So when you sit here and
leave
you
it
go,
alone,
oh,
Aaron.
I guess Toe was telling the truth. Toe was telling the truth. Here's another thing Toe was telling the truth about. I have a shitload of empathy for people like Mikey. I learned a lot about people like Mikey while I was in there, and I don't like the way our system treats people like Mikey and Alec and everybody else I was in there with.
I mean, there he was with Mikey, you know, doing the laundry every day, and he just, you know, ended up getting an appreciation for black people.
I don't like the way the system treats him. I'm one of the lucky ones. I can look after myself. Those guys have I have a huge support system. I have people who love me. I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
Except for anybody that'll come pick them up at 5 in the morning.
Those guys don't. And because you don't have any friends and because you have nothing going on in your life other than Aaron seems happy, how can I take that away from him? You go and you involve a guy, a vulnerable adult like that. It's fucking disgusting. And if you want, and again, I know a lot of you are questioning your religion today. And I don't want to push you. I don't want to pull you. Feel your feet.
Is there something over there? Is there something over on his right? Against the wall or something? Because he keeps looking there. He keeps talking like this, like he's talking to somebody, right? I don't think there's anything over there. As I said, his monitors are in front and below. His camera's right there in front. He got his microphone. But he's constantly, talking to something over there. Whatever. As I said, not an Aaron aficionado at all. I only know what I know from like this little piggy and sort of the other stuff that's going on. I don't pay attention to Aaron. I found his show so incredibly boring that, get up to Stalin 19 and, doom for this. But Stalin 19 is the only one that's actually, covering and making clips for Steel Toe. I even took it off my recording list because Aaron doesn't delete anything. So what's the point of recording it? But anyway. And there's nothing for me to transcribe that I really care about that Aaron said. So leave it up to Stalin to, get the good clips.
Feelings, whatever. I want you to think if Mikey was one of your own, how would that shit make you feel?
Hit the like button.
But yeah, that's what happens when the
So yeah, that was the the Aaron snatching a loss from the jaws of victory. Thought that was a lot of fun when I watched it earlier today. I was just like, oh wait, I knocked this around a bunch. Watched that today, and I was just like, dude, Aaron, what the fuck, man? You could have just said, yeah, I tell the truth. I'm a truthful motherfucker. And then left it at that and not gone on this whole thing, this whole false outrage and fucking all that bullshit. But hey, so let's talk about, well, first let's talk about Felicia. Let's talk about Felicia Gillespie Gilly, as some people call her, especially over on MLC. Apparently she's a psychopath, and not surprised. Not at all surprised. I guess she had an affirmation wall that was full of see, I'm looking over here because I'm trying to find a video while I'm talking, okay? I'm not looking at the corner. I don't have corner demons. I exercise those motherfuckers right away. But anyway, Felicia apparently had a affirmation wall or something like that full of Post-it notes saying with a bunch of sayings on it, but like covered her whole wall. That's weird. That is weird. She is absolutely crazy, which we know because she's a female and she's a comedian. All right, so she's out of her damn mind. That's what that means. That's what you do when you're out of your mind, is you become a comedian. It's all comedians are out of their mind. And then the whole Scarlet thing, which I think is fucking hilarious. I'm looking for the video now. It's 2 hours long. Or it's an hour long. I'm not going to go all the way into it. Mersh on MLC was fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. It was so funny. Mersh was just on it. Let's see. That's like an hour. Let's see. So repost here.
Hey, Matt Mead, you got any more? You got any more answers about the Gilly? People want to know about the Gilly.
Yeah, we're really white here.
It's residue.
The next day, everything was gone.
It's done.
Wow.
Marsh.
Here's 50 more from Pam from Matt's story. Oh, okay, the Gillespie story.
Yeah, I don't care about the
when
Felicia
when
part.
Gillespie,
But Mersh was just great. He's just over here like just getting under Matt's skin, like constantly, like, I'm taking your woman, I'm taking your woman. And then I guess eventually there's a part where Matt may have slapped around Scarlet a little bit. I don't really care to go into that too much. I'm not here to glorify any domestic violence. But Mersh was right, but I thought Mersh was absolutely hilarious on MLC, fighting against Matt. It was glorious. I want to just show just a little bit of it. But as I said, I'm not prepared today. I was going to do a sound check, talk about a couple of things, and be done with it. Oh wait, I haven't seen this one.
Please hit the like and subscribe, okay?
Oh yeah,
I think it's
Spider.
over there, yeah.
Spider back on Joey C yesterday, by the way.
Huh?
By the way.
Oh, Felicia's just talking to me off camera here.
Okay, so you guys are together.
Yeah, we're in the same room right now.
Okay, but you guys have been together for a while now? Like you're not getting separated anymore?
No,
can't tell.
not at all. Sorry.
You're not getting you guys are never separated anymore?
No, we've been consistently hanging out and enjoying each other's.
No, yeah, I'm just asking that. So no more separation. You guys, wherever she is, you are.
Yeah, it's been going that way pretty.
Wow. Maybe it'll be a double wedding. You and Gilly and Matt Mead and that other Charlotte Johansson.
You were supposed to, if you want to hop on real quick. Yeah, Felicia's gonna hop on for a moment to respond. If
Okay,
you want.
good.
Okay.
Does she have a statement to read?
I'll let you talk.
Is it on a post-it note?
Hello?
Felicia.
Oh my God. What's up?
Who'd you think it was, Neil? Why are you shocked? You must have known it was me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you don't have to answer it, of course, but when you did live with Matt Mead's house for a while, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and he said at one again, you don't have to answer. He said at one point he walked into your room because you were moving out soon, and he said you had a lot of Post-it notes on the wall.
Yeah.
And he said he was a little concerned for himself, but
Well, that's because he knows MLC and he was drunk too, but he wasn't concerned.
What do you mean he knows MLC?
He knows how the show goes. He knows he's supposed to sensationalize.
Oh, so he's sensationalizing it.
Yeah, I got a Post-it note right here. I got I have them everywhere.
And and he said they were like lining the wall, and there was a lot of stuff about take this guy out.
No, he didn't say that.
No, he implied basically there were notes to you. You're writing notes to self, things to do to a certain somebody. And Pat Dixon is alleging that that somebody should have told him because he should have been. The police should have notified him that you were coming to get him. So you can clear it up once and for all. You never intended. None of the Post-it notes mentioned unaliving Pat Dixon.
No, of course not.
There
No,
were
I don't
just
think
things
Matt
to
said
do and
that.
comedy ideas.
Yeah, I still have them, I think. Because I had
I'm pretty sure Matt never said something about attacking Pat. Well, maybe he did. I don't know. I was mostly interested in Mersh because he is fucking hilarious. Whereas Matt was just being a douchebag and slapping Scarlet
Had
around.
them up, and I had them up in the corner, all
Yeah.
spread out, and I had different colors, and yeah, use them to like just get my thoughts out of my head and put them up on the wall so I could see it everything at once.
Yeah, I write everything in my notebook.
Well, I use a notebook too, but like when I'm at home and I'm trying to come up with something that's a longer bit or something like that, I put them in an order,
Right,
and I put them
right.
up on the wall. But and then I took a picture. I could send you a picture. I took pictures of them too, so I could know what order they were in, and then I took them off the wall when I moved, and I still have the stack of them in my closet.
Okay, so and I asked Matt Meat today. I said, when he came on my show yesterday, and somehow it came up, but then I asked him today through text, not on my show. I said, when he saw them, I thought you weren't in the room. I thought because you were moving out. I thought he was just checking out the room, to show it to somebody else. Maybe it was moving in. So I thought he was doing the old landlord inspection, before you got your security deposit back. But he said no, that you were in there. But my question is, did he walk in from time to time while you were just in the room, or to chat, or because I watch a lot of property sex. So was there anything like awkward, like you're a couple weeks late with the rent, and
No.
that's usually what happens with property sex. She's a young woman, a little down on her luck. She's a little couple weeks late on the rent, and in lieu of rent, she has sex with a guy. There was never any of that. He wouldn't just walk in. Wait, he didn't walk in uninvited a lot.
Well, not for
did
rent.
No, he told me he only once. The second time he knocked and I didn't answer and he left me alone. But the first time he came in and he said he was looking for his Crow DVD. He was like, I think I left it in the DVD player up there. So I'm like, yeah, sure, come in and check it out. And he was drunk, so he saw the post-it notes and he was like, what the fuck is this? And started reading them out loud. And I was like, don't read those. And then he started texting me about them later and joking, making fun of me for doing that.
After you had moved out?
No, while I was still there.
Oh,
This
wow.
wasn't like a move out thing. I think he did say it was like as I was moving out, but I was there for a while after that.
So he was drunk. It was late at night or something. He was drunk. He was looking for a CD.
Yeah.
But it sounds like from the tone of it that he was actually maybe looking for something else.
I mean, maybe, but it was nothing like that was on the table really.
Looking for someone's cooter, as Tukey calls it.
Yeah, but if he had gone back up there later, he would have seen even more post-it notes.
Oh, I thought more cooter.
Right.
Okay, so the next time he tried to get up there, he knocked on the door and you ghosted him?
Yeah, because we had just been playing Call of Duty downstairs. I was in the upstairs room, so we were just playing Call of Duty and he was drinking and I think I had a shot with him. I was like, I'll have one shot, and then we were playing video games and then riffing and stuff like that, and then he came up.
Okay, I don't give a fuck. Just can't give a shit about what's going on with Felicia and Karmic and whatever. If you have a relationship, keep it to yourself, people. All right? It's fucking boring. Nobody cares. Well, a lot of people care. Too many people care. Anyway. So I'm going to shut this down. I think I got my audio working good, finally. Just some quick housekeeping. We'll do this towards the end. The music removal tool extension is coming along. I'm having trouble with resource management. There's certain things that the model requires for an input, but I need to stay within the confines of what a extension is allowed to actually do. So I have to put it into an off-screen thing. And then there's still like in-between stuff where I can only have so much I only have so much space in the buffer allowed for the extension before I can move it onto off-screen and then or into an off-screen script that can actually runs all the processing. And then I have to like run it through some filters and stuff like that. I got to sanitize the audio into a format that the model can use in order to separate out the music and the voice, and then send it back. And right now I'm having the trouble right in the middle there where I'm sending the audio. Like right now I'm sending it too fast, and then I slowed it down and it takes too long. So I need to figure something out there. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to make it force a reload on the page, and then load the audio there, so then maybe put up a message, inject a message on the video or something saying loading audio buffer or something like that while it reloads the video while it's loading the audio. I think I might do something like that. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck right now. That now I have an issue with my transcriber program. Apparently, like I was looking at some stuff, and there was some like 2-hour-long videos that only had like the first 20 minutes transcribed, or there's one like a 4-hour video that only had like the first 30 minutes transcribed and like the last minute. So I think what I'm doing is the model that I'm using is Whisper CPP in order to do the transcription, and I think it's doing a lot of repeats because I have code in there that looks for repeats and then just basically deletes them because it's normally just a couple of lines, like whatever, I don't care. So I think I need to update that so that instead of just removing the repeats, if it finds repeats in the transcript, it needs to tell Whisper to go back and redo it. So I need to do that. So anyway, the last audio check just to make sure. I think I need test. How do I sound? So that instead of just removing the repeats, if it finds repeats in the transcript, it needs to tell Whisper to go back and redo it. So it's still a little over modulated, but it's not bad. It's not bad. The last audio check just to make sure. All right. Anyway, this has been almost a show. It might have accidentally been a show at some point.